This is your daily reminder to stop dating people who hate you and are jealous of you. You think it'd be common knowledge, but sadly, it is not. I see so many gorgeous, amazing women dating their biggest hater. People who do not want to see them win. They're not happy when good things happen to them. Not just that, they're jealous. If you can relate to this, girl, run.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we will see how a mother becomes the lover of her daughter's husband for over 5 years. We will also hear the story of a man whose wife refuses to give him her savings, and we will discuss one of the reasons why men today want to leave relationships. We invite you to smash that like button, support the movement, and subscribe to the channel. That's the only contribution we ask of you, man. Add your 2 cents to the movement and share your experience in the comments for any man who might need it. Without further introduction, let's get started.
When I was single and I saw a cute guy at the bar or the restaurant that I wanted to come talk to me, this is what I did, and it worked every single time. I'm not even kidding. You don't need to say anything to the guy. You don't need to acknowledge them. Get on your phone, talk to whomever is around you, do whatever you want. And when the bartender finally comes up to you because it's your turn to order a drink and asks you, hey, what do you want to drink? You say, I'm not sure. And then you turn to the guy that you were Googling at, right? You say, what are you drinking? That's all you say. You don't say anything else. You turn back to the bartender and you say, yeah, I'll just take 2 of those. This is the part that most people, this is where they mess up. And this might seem like a little game, a little toxic. I don't know. Don't start a conversation with the guy who you just asked what they're drinking. Look around like you're looking for your friends. Get on your phone. Literally do anything else. And when the bartender finally brings you over your drinks, you just slide the other one over to the guy and you say, have a good night. And then you walk away. When I tell you this leaves a man baffled, they don't know what to do. Men never have people buying drinks for them. And I guarantee that man at some point in the night is going to come over and thank you for the drink or start talking to you.
A man is going to be speechless if you do this 100% of the time. And for ladies that are single right now that want to be in a relationship, I think that this is going to become a more common thing that you actually need to do. Because men that are interested in you right now are struggling to find the balance between approaching you and letting you know that he's interested and respecting you. Men do not want to do anything that could be considered creepy. So what this lady has found is a method to take away that concern from a man.
I'm going to say 2 things about this. First, this will work for almost 80% of men because the reality is that very few men, if any, receive gifts from women. What this woman does is boost a man's ego and mood, making him feel attractive. That's why men will really get hooked. They'll feel comfortable approaching because she made the first move. Now, this makes other things clear to me. Women are actually the hunters, not men. I've always said that women will make it easy for the man who excites them. In other words, the man they like. The stronger their desire for you, the better the deal. Modern women know that since men are no longer approaching them, the way to get a man is changing. They're making the first move. Many find this difficult because they fear rejection, but I'm sure that with how things are going today, we'll see women in bars trying to woo men.
The Affair. A story time. So it was April 13th, 2011, the day after my 33rd birthday, when my then husband decided it would be a good idea to tell me he had been having an affair for a year. I was devastated, so I decided to tell my mom and talk to my mom and confide in my mom about it. And so my mom got super defensive and she was angry. She was almost as angry as I was, maybe angrier. And she got so defensive that she would follow him around and kind of find out where he was. And she literally stalked him. And I thought, wow, mom's coming in clutch. But then I find out 7 months later the truth. She wasn't defensive of me. She wasn't being like a good mom. She was jealous. I found out in November of that same year that she had been having an affair with my now ex-husband for 5 years.
God, please, no! 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 No!
A woman's worst enemy is another woman. The truth is, this is really wrong on the man's part. I could understand it if it were a friend, but his mother-in-law? That's crossing another line. But I want to point out why I say women compete with each other. This isn't foreign to mothers and daughters. There are cases where the mother humiliates the daughter to feel superior. This happens more when the woman gets pregnant young, or as a minor, than when the daughter is a teenager. The mother, still looking somewhat young in her 30s, tends to go out partying with her daughter's friends. There are cases where the boyfriend dates the mother, or friends see the mother because women are emotional beings who don't take responsibility for their actions. Look at how the mother was angry. She was upset because she knew she would be blamed. Even though the man committed the act, the mother is worse because it's her own daughter. It's one thing if it happens once, but if you give in for 5 years, you have no heart, lady. As I said, a woman's worst enemy is another woman.
Am I the asshole for demanding that my girlfriend clear out her escape bank account?
Y'all aren't even married. She could do whatever the f she wants.
I, 50 male, make a very good income as a software developer. I came from a very poor background and had a rough start to my early adult years, so I consider myself self-made and very prudent with my finances. I work in a managerial position in a large company and make $200,000 a year.
That would be nice. Would love that for me.
Add that to a good freelance client base, and I make enough to provide for myself, my girlfriend, 45 female, and our daughter, 17 female. However, because I came from so little and worked hard, I am prudent about my finances. I have developed strict financial values in that I believe you can be frugal and generous at the same time. I felt like there was no need to marry. I loved my girlfriend and promised that if we broke up, I would be generous and would give her a fair settlement, which I'd determine at the time of breakup. That's like a terrible idea.
It's like you would want to have that in writing before emotions get fully into it. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know.
The situation now is that I think my girlfriend is feeling empty nest anxiety. She is middle-aged too, so a bit of midlife lack of adjustment as well. Because our daughter is mildly autistic, we felt it best that my girlfriend quit her marketing job and become a stay-at-home mother. However, around 3 years ago, my girlfriend became upset because I felt like I turned out so well because I had to fight to be able to eat when I was in college. It made me value my education more, so my policy is that when my daughter goes to college next year, her schooling will be paid for by loans and scholarships that she'll have to get for herself, and then I'd give her a total nest egg of $1,000, and she can use it however she wants to for the duration of her 4 years of college.
$1,000 for 4 years?
You're just strapping your daughter with $50,000 worth of debt? Crazy. My girlfriend is upset because she says that my daughter will be taking on a lot of debt, but I think you need skin in the game. Around that time, my girlfriend started taking on odd jobs, babysitting and cleaning the homes of neighbors. She'd be putting the money in our accounts, so I thought that was it. However, my girlfriend fell asleep yesterday afternoon and forgot to put away this notepad, which had the grocery list in the front, but when you got into it, it also showed a to-do list and just her jotting out plans. I found out that she has around $1,900 in what she calls an emergency escape fund and jotted down a reminder to withdraw some of it to put into our daughter's tampon box. To say I was furious is an understatement. After all these years sharing my money with her and supporting her, I could not believe she was just labeling me as untrustworthy and hiding money from me. I admit I did some further snooping and was able to log into her account. I screenshotted it and confronted her, saying that she lied to me and made this ugly, so here's my demand. She either apologizes by moving the money to our shared bank account and closes it, or she needs to think about where she'd live the moment our daughter goes off to college and turns 18.
This is why she has an escape fund, brother.
To get away from your bitch ass.
And that if my daughter was complicit in stealing from me, it would come out of her college fund.
Ooh, $1,000? Oh, no.
So am I the asshole for feeling betrayed?
Yeah. For the wife to label that as an escape fund, for me, I'm feeling that there's more to the story than financial abuse, in my opinion.
Yeah, the fact that she worded it escape fund.
I think there's way more than he's not disclosing in this situation. That's giving me major ick.
What do you think about this story? Let me know in the comments. As for me, I think this man is quite miserable. I can understand not spending your money frivolously, but not with your family and children. This woman agreed not to get married, which is a victory in itself. She gave up her professional life, has been with you for several years, and has a daughter with you. She is not a bad woman, but you are abusing her, and I don't stand for abuse. If you don't want to pay for your only daughter's education, that's your decision. But even the money your wife tries to save because she knows how stingy you are, and you plan to make your daughter pay for it, that's clearly wrong. That's an abuse of power.
Am I the asshole for demanding that my girlfriend clear out her escape bank account?
Y'all aren't even married.
There is no alimony for girlfriends. I need you to understand that. There is no alimony for girlfriends. On a regular basis, I am talking to stay-at-home girlfriends or stay-at-home partners who are financially dependent upon their partner, not their spouse, and they're trying to figure out what rights they have now that they're leaving. The answer is none. You don't have any rights. And that is a very difficult, harsh, terrible reality. especially if you have children. Social media has glamorized like getting a bag through your partner, like finding a man or a partner who will take care of you financially. The problem is that as they're building and they're not marrying you, you're not getting any portion of what they're building. You will not get financial support beyond child support, and that's only if you have a child. So this man telling his girlfriend to get rid of her nest egg, his girlfriend, he's crazy.
I have to say that if a man asks a woman to leave her professional life so he can take care of her and their children, it's not a bad privilege. If the wife is a good woman to you, then it is your duty to take care of her. However, what this man is doing is wrong because he doesn't give her money, and he even wants to take the money she earns. Let's be honest, you are her partner, not her dictator. I don't support financial abuse because she is doing it for her daughter since he doesn't plan to give her anything. But don't try to take away the little she has. She lived with you for 17 years, a very long time, and she will leave as she came. As I said, if the woman is not bad, she doesn't deserve to be mistreated because that's not what a masculine man does. That's my opinion. I'll read yours in the comments. Now, I don't support having to maintain a woman when she is no longer with me. If she takes 50% of everything, why should I still have to pay her for not living with me? I disagree with alimony.
What happens to a man in a relationship when he starts to feel unappreciated?
Men are willing to crawl through broken glass for their family and for their partner. But what starts to happen when he's feeling unappreciated is that he's doing all of this work, he's breaking his back to make everybody around him happy, but at the end of it, he's bleeding for no reason. And after this continues for too long, he begins to feel so desperate, so hopeless that he's doing everything he possibly can to improve the relationship, and yet none of that is coming back to him in terms of a positive benefit of appreciation and respect in the relationship. And so if this pattern of lack of appreciation, lack of respect continues for too long, he gets to a place where he starts getting really resentful. Why is he going to keep doing what he's doing if the reaction is only negativity and he's not getting any recognition for what he's doing? And this disconnect over time will widen, and eventually he'll either be unable to continue doing so, and so he'll exit the relationship, or he'll accept that this relationship just doesn't provide me with happiness, and he'll continue to live this kind of half-life, not only in the relationship, but in his wider life, in his career, in his personal relationships as well. If you found this useful, follow for more content like this.
Do you know the number one reason a man asks for a divorce? Lack of appreciation. The second is a dead bedroom. In a relationship, especially with women today, a man always has to express gratitude for everything the woman does. But do you see women showing gratitude towards men? There are men who take care of a family for over 30 years. What do they get in return? A woman who complains about everything he does, a woman who no longer wants to make love with him, children who don't treat him with respect and only appreciate him for the money he gives. Eventually, a man, like a flower, begins to wither. That's why you see men who had the energy in their youth to conquer the world, got married seeking happiness, only to end up in their retirement just wanting to die. Why do you think men live shorter lives than women? It's because all this stress is loaded onto men. Stress shortens your life. Why do you think women love the beta provider so much? Because they are a gold mine that keeps giving and giving until there's nothing left, and then they leave. That's why I always tell men that their top priority should always be themselves. Focus on your mental and physical health. Show yourself small gestures of appreciation. Learn to love yourself because a man is the only being in the world who is loved only for what he provides, not unconditionally. Remember, brothers, you are worth a lot. Never forget that. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Do you think what that man is doing to his wife is right? What do you think is the reason a man asks for a divorce? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.